Coming to you live from Plot 249, Gaba Road. Hot on the heels. Fast, reliable, and informative. Agagwira wo gasokira wano ngatibanna gafuna. Agagwira wo 100.2 Galaxy FM. Sponsored by MTN. Use your MTN Central Points to get free voice minutes, free MBs, or free SMSs. Simply dial *141#. Select use points and follow the prompts to use your Central reward.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Hello there, it's a very good morning to you, and that time again for Hot on the Hills. My name is Isamat Pamela. Well, local leaders and concerned residents in Kawempe North have this morning petitioned the Uganda Human Rights Commission over the continued detention of their area MP, Honorable Muhammad Segirinya. The locals, including the mother to the MP, Josephine Namfuma, marched to the Uganda Human Rights Commission this morning, complaining over the refusal to release the ailing MP despite court granting him bail. The Buganda Road Grade 1 Magistrates Court last week granted a cash bail of 1 million shillings to the ailing Kawempe North MP Muhammad Segirinya in a case of inciting violence. His sureties were each bonded a non-cash of 10 million shillings. The legislator appeared before the Grade 1 Magistrate, Her Worship Olga Karungi, via Zoom technology from Murchison Bay, where he is still currently detained and admitted and receiving treatment. Segirinya was later granted bail by Her Worship Olga Karungi on grounds that the case is bailable, the sureties are substantial, and he needed to access medical care. However, locals and concerned leaders say that up till now, Segirinya has not been released. Our reporter Rashida Nakai spoke to one of the councillors who is leading the petition, Thomas Bagonza, and this is what he had to say.
So why are we here today? We start with the names.
Bagonza Thomas, the direct councillor representing One Degia at Kawempe Division Urban Council. We as leaders and close friends to the Honorable Segirinya Muhammad have decided to deliver a petition to the Uganda Human Rights Commission arising out of his brutal arrest, torture, and current worse medical conditions that he's into right now in Luzira Maction Bay prisons.
What is in this petition?
We've mainly reminded the Uganda Human Rights Commission of its functions and powers as a commission to recommend, investigate, and visit all torture victims, because Honorable Segirinya Muhammad, his fundamental rights and freedoms were abused in broad daylight, and the commission is aware. So we decided to hand over a formal petition or complaint so they can take quick action, because if Segirinya Muhammad, an elected MP's rights can be abused and violated, what of the common Ugandans? So we were touched, and one of the chief petitioners in this complaint was is the biological mother to the Honorable, who was even admitted but decided to at least make sure that she is part of this team that delivers the petition. And we saw the Brigadier Vyekwaso complaining about a right to fair hearing. That was after the US imposing financial sanctions on Major General Abba Kandiho. We also want them to look into this matter, because as I talk now, Segirinya Muhammad's legal team have been denied access to the disclosure of the state evidence and all other statements, which violates Segirinya Muhammad's right to a fair hearing. So if they are pleading the same, about the same or complaining about the same, yet they are indeed acting it openly in broad daylight, we wonder as leaders and Ugandans who are human rights activists. And we are going to follow up on this matter, because if they fail to take action, we shall have no other option apart from engaging the community, the electorate of Kawempe North constituency and Machinde West constituency, to secure the rights and freedoms of the incarcerated honorable members of parliament.
Have you given them the deadline?
Yeah, all that is inclusive in our petition, and we think that they will fulfill or act accordingly. From here, we are going to deliver the same petition to the Parliamentary Human Rights Committee to also take action, because these are members of parliament who are entitled to human rights, to personal liberty as Ugandans.
Okay.
That is Bagonza, who was speaking on behalf of other members who have petitioned the Human Rights Commission today on behalf of the incarcerated Member of Parliament for Kawempe North, Hon Segirinya. Now, Uganda Police has started the process of auctioning over 500 motorcycles impounded overtime by police and traffic and COVID-19 related offences. Kampala Metropolitan Deputy Police spokesperson Luke Segirinya says that the motorcycles will remain unclaimed, are taking up space at the police stations in Kampala Metropolitan area. He says that most of the unclaimed motorcycles were impounded by security during the enforcement operations of COVID-19 guidelines. Others were impounded on charges of obscuring number plates, and others have different traffic offences committed on roads. Segirinya says that the suspects of most unclaimed motorcycles are stolen, and they say that most motorcycles are suspected to have been stolen and the riders lack proper documentation of ownership. Segirinya says that since the law allows police to auction abandoned vehicles or motorcycles, they are currently working with the Uganda Revenue Authority and the judiciary to come up with official list of motorcycles being held by police so that the auctioning process can kick off.
We have, through our investigation, ascertained that most of these motorcycles are suspected to be stolen, and after being stopped during our curfew operations or traffic operations, the riders don't come to claim for them because they don't have proper documentations of how they bought these motorcycles. So that will only be the only solution of auctioning them off, which of course is within the law, and we shall have to dispose of them off.
More than 50 of the motorcycles are stuck at Central Police Station in Kampala, 40 at Kawempe Police Station, 30 at Natete Police Station, and the rest are scattered at police stations across Kampala metropolitan area. In order for a motorcycle to be released, the owners must present documents of ownership or pay fines in regard to the traffic offence committed on the road. Now, Sula Lubega, the chairperson of Rubaga Division Border Borders Operators Association, has concurred with police's decision, saying that there is no way a rider can fail to pay 100 shillings to claim a motorcycle once he or she is a genuine owner.
Police erina obuyinza ku nsonga ya optional naye pikipiki ezisinga eziri ku mapoliisi gaffe aga Kampala Metropolis eziremeddeyo ezisinga tezirina biwandiiko nga zabbibwa. Nze mu society yange mbankubiriza abavuzi ba boda okusooka okugendayo ku mapoliisi abakakasa nti epipiki eziri ku poliisi zaabwe balina ebiwandiiko byazo, baweeyo ebiwandiiko ebyo poliisi ebyetegereze basooke banunule piki zaabwe. Abagenda nga tebalina bisaanyizo byazo, abo poliisi ebabuulirizeeko, naye ng'erina obuyinza epipiki ezo ezitalina.
Meanwhile, the 1st Division Infantry Court Martial sitting in Kakiri Barracks in Wakiso District has directed the Uganda People's Defence Forces, UPDF, to compensate families of 2 civilians killed by its officers. This comes after a court martial chaired by Colonel Sam Mugenyi sentenced a local defence unit officer and a UPDF Lance Corporal to 35 years and life imprisonment, respectively, for killing protesters during the November 18th and 19th, 2020 Kampala riots. More than 50 people were killed in November 2020 riots triggered by arrest of the National Unity Platform presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi, also known as Bobby Wine, in Luka district. The court martial chaired by Colonel Sam Mugenyi found them guilty of murder.
As the policy of UPDF, we compensate the family of the bereaved and we also give a supporting hand. So if there are any family members here of the deceased family, please contact us.
The security officers are accused of killing one Ibrahim Mutasa Chirevo, a mechanic at Wandegea police station, and the UPDF corporal also is accused of shooting dead Grace Walugama, a mechanic in a garage at Lugala, Kosovo, in Rubaga Division.
International news.
The World Food Programme has suspended distribution of food aid in the northern Ethiopian towns after gunmen looted its warehouses. Looters from rebel group Tigran forces held aid staff at gunpoint in the place of the town of Komblocha, and they stole large quantities of essential food supplies, including some malnourished children. Northern Ethiopia is facing a mass starvation amidst an ongoing civil war between Tigran and the government forces. And that's it for this bulletin. I am Pamela. Good morning.
Hot on the Heels. Agagwira War was sponsored by Get MTN Central Points when you deposit, send or withdraw MTN mobile money and use the points to pay for goods and services through MTN Momo Pay.